Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Halo, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys everything you need to know about cars. So I'm going to show you guys each of the different cars, what their uses are, what kind of abilities most cars have versus others, and then I'm also going to be doing a little bit of Fortnite Mythbusters at the end of today's video. So if you guys do go on to enjoy, then definitely be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Anyway guys, let's get started. So as you guys can see, we are now in game, and I went here to Lazy Lake to grab all these cars, and I'm pretty sure this is just about every single type of car. So how to find cars, they're pretty much everywhere around the map. So the biggest locations that have cars is the main areas like Holly, Sweaty, Salty, Lazy, Retail, and like those kind of places where it's like more of a town area. Those areas have a ton of cars, but normally you're able to find one that's just out and about. And with different cars, you can actually go different speeds. So some cars, like the Lamborghini right here, go really zoom versus other cars that can't really zoom as much. So the fastest car obviously being this zoom guy right here. So if you find any cars like this, pick it up. They each have 800 HP except for the truck. If you want to get a truck, they have a total of 1,200 HP. So they're pretty close to a helicopter if you do get a truck, but trucks are a lot slower. So I'd honestly recommend trucks for like duos. I think would probably be best because as you can see, there are 2 seats and I'm actually able to switch between them very easily. So the truck is best for when playing duos just because it has the largest amount of HP. It's not very fast, but they're really easy to find too. And if you right click while in the passenger seat, you can actually look out the window, and you can break the window too. So you can look out the window and shoot at the enemies while your buddy is driving the car, which is really cool if you ask me. And the next fun fact about cars is cars actually go the fastest when on road. So I'm gonna get this sports car to show you guys. So you go really zoom on the road, and then the second you go on grass, it's awful. Like, look how slow this is, bro. Like, it's a little bit faster than running. Definitely worth picking up a car if you do end up finding one, but they are a lot slower compared to when on road. So if you have an option between road and grass, definitely go with the road. Now I'm gonna show you guys how to fill up cars. So if you haven't dropped into Fortnite yet, this is pretty much how you fill a car. So I have a gas can right here, and if you find a gas can, you just kind of find them around in just areas. I found this one over at like some random house just on the floor. So pretty much what you want to do is just left click, and you can actually fill your car. And it doesn't matter where you fill it, you just kind of want to water your car with gas, and you can fuel it up. This car is now at 100%. And then you can also refill your gas can by going up to the gas can thing at gas stations, and these have infinite gas. And when you don't have a gas can, you can still refill them just fine. You just need to go outside, grab the pump, and then start yeeting the gas on the car. And then once you water the car enough and it's full HP. And if you're playing squads or duos, I actually recommend carrying around these gas cans because these are super helpful. Because as you can see, when I'm driving around, you go through gas really quick. So I'll just drive around for like 10 seconds here just to show you guys. So I barely even drove, and look, I'm already at 97%. So these run out of gas really quickly, so make sure you have a gas can, or you're staying around the main area of the map and not going to like the mountains at Retail or whatever. Another really cool fact about cars is some actually spawn with this little yellow thing on them. And if you see this yellow thing, then that's a big sad time because you actually can't get in the car if that yellow thing is there. I don't quite know how you take these things off yet. I don't know if there's like some sort of material or something because the Fortnite update just happened today. But if you do see a car with these little yellow things, don't bother getting in it. And that actually shows us into the next cool fact about cars, and that is that you can actually pop the tires. So if you are an enemy seeing a car driving around, shoot the tires and it will actually make the car go like 10 times slower, which is super great when there's just a dude camping in a car. And then, of course, guys, there are a bunch of cars that you can select from. They're about to go in the storm right now, so I can't really show you at the moment. But between the cars, some have more passenger seats, some have none. For the sports car, you only have 2. But there were a few cars over here like this guy. So if you see any cars looking like this, you can actually fit your whole squad in there. And you guys can look out the windows and shoot at the enemy, which is really sick. And another fun fact about cars and trucks in Fortnite is that when you have a small truck slash a car, it's actually extremely difficult to go through buildings or walls. But when you have that one big truck, I will show a picture up on screen. It's like the one, it's that red and black one we were using earlier. So that truck right there, it can actually go through buildings really, really easily. So if you have enough momentum and you are using that truck in, let's say, duos, you could full on W key the enemy with that thing, and you would break every single build, which could be very, very helpful to know to get the win. So if you are playing duos, I would actually recommend going for the truck. I think the truck is honestly the best. Even though the Lamborghini sports car has more speed, I just feel like the truck itself, just because you can ram into things and it has more HP, is just worth it. And even when you ram into things, it doesn't really do that much damage to the car. So you can just continuously smash your truck into like people's builds and not take that much damage for your car. Now guys, I'm going to be doing a little bit of Fortnite Mythbusters. So the first Fortnite Mythbusters is, can cars drive in water? So cars can actually not drive in water if it is deeper water, but in shallow water they drive just fine. So over by the little rivers, you should be able to drive through them just fine. But if you drive in them, then your car will actually slow down a ton, and then it will sink into the water kind of like a boat would. And then once you are actually underwater, there is damage. So you can actually drown now in Fortnite. So as you can see, I'm taking some damage just by being underwater, which is super, super cool that they added this to Fortnite. So for the next Mythbuster, what happens when you hit someone with your car? I did this earlier and I can't really show this right now, but when you hit someone with your car, they actually go flying. So you'll do a little bit of damage on impact, and then you will do even more damage because they'll usually take fall damage, which is pretty cool that they added that, but it could be pretty disruptive if you're like trying to play and then you get beat up by like an entire squad of people that are each in their own cars. So you have 4 cars ramming into you. You're pretty much just dead at that point. But in general, though, cars are really good for going through buildings that are player build or actual buildings, depending on the car you have. And then some cars, like the sports car, are really only meant for that speed. And each car is perfect for duos at very least. These cars have a passenger seat, each and every one, which is super, super epic. The Fortnite Mythbuster that I just thought of is what happens when a car goes on a launch pad. So we're going to find that out in just a second. I don't have any crash pads. I would have to assume that crash pads work. Well, let's just check out the launch pad real quick. Oh, it kicks you out. Wow, I did not expect that. Okay, so if you guys go on a launch pad while in a car, it just kicks you out, which that's actually super cool. So if your whole squad's in a truck or something and you see a launch pad, just drive on over it, and then boom, you just... What? That is actually so cool that they added that. And then the car will just get yeeted down a mountain if you're next to one. That's really epic. Okay, so that means if you also have crash pads, then you could throw down the crash pad and then your vehicle will bounce. Anyway, guys, that is it for today's video. If you did enjoy, then make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Anyway, guys, have a good rest of your day or night, and I'll see you all later. Oh, what is happening? Zoom, zoom. Dead.